Well, welcome back, everybody. Apologies for the technical problem, but just as we came on, Imperium just scored, and the Imperium take a 1-0 lead.
That could be huge in this game. As I said before, we got two good goalies in this game. It's going to be a low-scoring game anyway, so we'll see what happens if Imperium's able to build on that, or if Pioneers can get one back.
Bell has been performing quite well, and so has his team. It's been having a better performance as of late, especially against former champions. The goal has been scored to Danny Cunningham, who has been among the top points leaders of Tier 1, and with that goal now ties him with Anquan Smith for the lead. The ball goes back into the corner. The Imperium under control. Taking his time, trying to look for an opening. It's back into the corner. Just plays it off the end boards. Trying to fight for control, unable. The Pioneers back on the attack. 3 minutes gone in the second period. Imperium just scored the first goal of the game from Danny Cunningham. Looking for a wraparound. Doesn't really.
Josh Draw coming into Steve Gregory. Good scoring opportunity there.
He was trying to hold on for as long as possible as he didn't have an option. Gregory throws it off the end boards. Imperium get out of zone and almost outside there. Bell sprawling out, keeping the ball away, and another shot saved by Bell. Recovers again for the Imperium. Back in attempt saved by Bell. As Harrison Litzinger just kept throwing it on as it goes down for icing.
Looked like Pat Bell was able to get just a toe pad save on that one shot. Went to the corner. They got another great scoring opportunity. He was able to come up with a big save there, too. Just got his toe on that.
Imperium come back on the draw. Tries to throw it back. Goes right in front of Bell. Back to the opposite corner. Now tries to throw one on net. Hits the side like a wraparound. Has an opening, but Bell gets this pad out at the last moment.
Danny Cunningham again around that net, man. Just a tough player to handle. Had a great scoring opportunity there. I can't believe that didn't go in.
There's another shot at Bell. Once again, showing his agility. Coming back around.
Pioneers are sort of scrambling right now. Brendan Krause behind the net.
Pioneers feeling the pressure now. But trying to send one up. Comes right back to the point. Shot! Score! Steve Gregory puts one up and we're tied.
That's the guy that the Pioneers need to put the ball in the net. There was a good screen in front of net, but the problem was the Imperium guys. They got to give the goalie the opportunity to see the shot. And as you see, two guys standing dead in front of him and never even see the ball come in. The key is for them defensemen to spread out, part the seas, and let the goalie make the save, but they didn't get out of the way. If you're going to get in front of the shot, you better block the shot.
And we have seen that in last week's game when they faced the Aces. It's the screenplays that seem to get the best of them, but they're going to try that counterattack. The ball goes into the corner. Action point, and almost had an opening for the Pioneers. Could have developed into a 2-on-1. As players collide. Back to the boards. Getting tied up, Pioneers being the beneficiary. Coming back to the wide angle and snared by Bell.
That was a huge goal for the Pioneers to get back into this game. As I said, I could see this being a 2-1, 3-2 at the most game, and goals are going to be tough to come by.
Off the draw for the Imperium was Harrison Woodfinger. Loses that one as the Pioneers look to clear out in front of the Imperium bench. Trying to make a push. They do get it across. Along the wall for the Pioneers is Josh Morgan. Trying to find a nice slide, knocked off the ball. Is Saul Number 93, Justin Hancock moving in. The Imperium not giving up on the clearing attempt. They do get it across. They tag. A dangerous area in front of the net. They do clear. No ice here. A good loft on that clear. Backhanded up along the wall. Justin Hancock being right there for the Pioneers. Now the wide angle shot for the Imperium gets blocked. Back to the point. Looks for another shot. Misses wide. Back behind the net. Pioneers in position. They'll just stretch it up. Pioneers go off on the change, but not before. Well, Lone Ranger back behind the goal line. Imperium back the other way. A shot going wide from Jake Hollick. Back down below the goal line with just too many Pioneers surrounding him. And thrown on net by Jordan Robbins. It comes back. Locked it again. And almost. And he just got one more handled on the ball. Tries to go for the high slot. Backhand shot. Steered away by Bill. Back in the corner again.
Definitely want to keep Brendan Crosby out of that slot area. As you see, he's sitting waiting. Imperium controlling the play right now.
And around, Danny putting it up, as you mentioned. Trying to
good block by Josh Brawl.
Pioneers. One more time, they give it away. Attempt to clear. Just throws it to the right circle. Back to the point. Was looking for a one-timer, couldn't get a handle on it. And a potential
3-on-1.
Pioneers.
Now 3-on-3.
Back across, unable to find anyone. One more time for the Imperium. You see the number 16, Jake Hollick pushing it down to the corner. Playing the cycle again. Goes back across looking for Owen Mills. Unable, back to the point. Thrown on net. Missed one by Downing. Pioneers the other way. Shots!
Trying to get that ball through. Good defensive play there, coming the other way.
And a shot and a save off the shot from Tommy Esposito.
Big save by Pat Bell again. Steve Gregory, a little give and go there. Josh Straw couldn't get the ball through. Good block by the defenseman going the other way. Transitions everything. Transition in, transition out.
That's what somebody said, but it should be.
And we didn't even get to speak about the first period. It's just impressive that the Pioneers were able to handle the pressure as they gain control, trying to fight off a double team into the corner. Tries to head back off the end boards. No one there to pick it up. Gets across. It'll be offside against
Offsides on White.
Against the Pioneers.
You can see the Pioneers' strategy right from the first drop of this game. The ball drop of this game was they want to put pressure on Imperium. They're not going to sit back. They're not going to wait. They're not going to try to trap. They just want to pressure them. They just don't think they have the defenseman to be able to handle the ball.
And they almost has up for Gregory again. Currently has the only goal for the Pioneers so far. Meantime, shot. Hits the post. Goes back behind the net. Looking for a feed in front. No one available. Pioneers once again on the attack. This has been a much closer game than we expected as we hit the 1 minute mark of the second period. Shot in a straight by Bell. Second chance. He steers that one away as well.
Can't keep giving opportunities up in the slot area like that.
Pioneers on another run. They'll just throw one on Scandally and it makes a stop. They'll take it behind it. Small shot from behind. You see the number for the Pioneers applying the forecheck back across the center line. Looking for
Pioneers not letting the Imperium breathe.
scores!
There we go.
The Pioneers take the lead.
Good goal, good dirty goal in front of the net. Couldn't see who got that goal. I think it was Justin Hancock, to be honest with you. Or not Justin Hancock. Who was that?
See who that
Phil.
was in front of the
Phil
net.
Frainer got the goal.
Got the rebound, and who would have thought that Pittsburgh Pioneers hold a lead over the Imperium? The current
You
last
see the pressure. The pressure's all over the rink. All over the rink.
The period comes to an end, and the team currently at the bottom of the standings has just pulled a stunner with 2 periods gone. We'll be back to talk about this after the break. Well, who would have thought the Pittsburgh Pioneers with a 2-1 lead with the latest goal from Phil Tranter. What is it about the Pioneers that has gotten them the lead?
I think they changed. Really, I think they changed the style that they want to play that the other teams should do. I've been harping on it from the beginning, from the first ball drop. They're not letting Imperium do what they want to do with the ball. They're pressuring them. They're forcing them to make good passes. They're forcing them to get bad shots. And it seems to be working right now. And we'll see if it holds up in the third period. But as of right now, if they can rely on Pat Bell to get them a big win here, it'll be huge in the standings.
Not just huge in the standings, but for the whole division. Because you know that everyone in Tier 1 is watching this division despite them not holding the Mila Cup right now. Because they know how good the Pittsburgh division is. As we get underway in the third period, Phil Tranter has scored the latest goal for the Pioneers, who is sitting at the doorstep with the rebound. Take it back around.
Pressure everywhere.
Something you've been talking about. As the Imperium take it back the other way. Shot at a save on Bill as the defensemen come in to protect their goalie.
Pat Bell, another big save, and as you see who was right on the doorstep, Danny Cunningham, looking for that rebound.
He already has 1 for the game. He has 3 for the season and has totaled 8 points for the season. Now tied with Anquan Smith for the top of Tier 1.
The only mistake Pioneers could possibly make is if they change the style of this game that they've been playing for the first 2 periods. They got to continue the pressure that's been working.
1-on-1 for the Pioneers. Shot in the ceiling, Scanlon.
Christian Magliocco from the famous Magliocco family. Good scoring opportunity.
It just drove right down. Just wasn't wasting any time. Just look at the speed. Only has 1 to beat. Just found that room, tried to go to the low right pad side of Scanlon. Imperium back under control.
Pressure all over the rink. As you see, they're pressuring all over the rink. They got to keep this style up.
Looking for a center pass, no one available. Off the boards. Imperium in a position that they're not usually in, that they haven't seen since the Mila Cup final.
This next goal is going to be huge in this game. Huge.
Let's go for a shot save. It comes back to the corner. Imperium used to facing pressure as they try to drop the net, but broken up by the Pioneers' defense.
Imperium seems to be forcing opportunities now. They need to slow the ball down a little bit, try to be a little more patient. Look for that open guy.
Josh Moore trying to clear up. They knock it back down. Goes around the boards and hits the fencing. And Alvin Scanlon took a weird bounce off the boards, and he will just take the face off.
Pioneers are playing well right now. We'll see if it lasts for the whole third period.
And with the standard that the Imperium have been playing, they're going to have to keep it. Because at this point, no matter the result, I'm impressed by the Pioneers' play today. And a shot just going wide of Bell. Going back to the center line all the way out. Pioneers trying to feed one in front, nothing there. Behind the net, as Josh Moore applying pressure behind on the forecheck, shaking it back and forth, back to the corner.
They would just not let Imperium breathe with the ball. As soon as they get the ball, there's somebody's on that guy right away.
And keep it nice before the net. Oh, man, got something for a lone attacker. And another shot rebound. Can't get through. An unrelenting attack by the Pioneers. And the Imperium trying to counterattack. They can't.
Bryce Scanlon now keeping Imperium in this game. He's making some big saves. Pressure, pressure. You'll see it all over the rink.
Back the other way for the Imperium. Trying to feed it in front. Still can't get anybody. The Pioneers just all over them. Back the other way for Jordan Robbins. Trying to go across. Can't find anyone. They do hang on, though. Back to Steve Gregory. Just trying to go back to the point. And nothing there, so they'll just retreat and reset.
Just got to keep the ball deep in the zone. Every time they get the ball, they got to get the ball deep in the zone and put pressure. There's another turnover.
Just about has some for Tranter, who has the go-ahead goal right now. Back along behind the net. Imperium trying to
Don't take a penalty.
pressure.
Don't take a penalty late in this game.
Well, they got an icing, which is not as bad as a penalty, but it still takes a draw back in their own zone.
Key to the Pioneers is to stay out of the penalty box the rest of this game. They can't take a cheap penalty here. What's been working for the whole game is still working, and why get away from it now?
Yeah, this is something that we don't usually see out of the Imperium as another shot goes into Scanlon. But like I said, the last time we've seen them under this kind of pressure was back in the Minor Cup final when they faced the Leominster Stars of Massachusetts. And of course, with them having a weakened team because of the salary cap, doesn't exactly help their situation. But they're still making good of what they got as they try to go for another attack. But it just hasn't been working for them this period.
Also, the key for the Pioneers right now, the biggest two threats of Imperium is Danny Cunningham and Brendan Krause. You have to have a man on them at all times. Don't give them any scoring opportunity. Don't let them breathe. Let somebody else try to beat you. We'll see what happens. But I really think that Imperium's struggling right now to get them opportunities.
Still getting pinned up in the ball.
Ball's in the opposite corner. No one has any idea it's over there.
Yeah, I just noticed that. That fooled me. But the Imperium do get control, but still can't get any kind of attack. But they will take an icing.
5 minutes to go in this game. Pioneers got to get the ball to the red line and dump the ball in the zone and continue to forecheck. Forecheck. and see if they can pull this out. Pat Bell should do his job in net. Pioneers just got to not give A chances, A opportunities.
I don't even know if Bell's faced a shot on net this period. I don't recall him facing one yet.
Excellent strategy by the Pioneers. As you see, Corey Hirsch, he's not playing this game. He's on the bench coaching.
That's how serious they're taking this game. Oh, turnover, shot and a save by Bell. Oh, that's one that he hasn't faced in a while.
That's the other threat, Owen Mills. Owen Mills is a big threat for them, too. Brendan Krause, Danny Cunningham will be 1 and 2. Owen Mills had a great opportunity there. Coming back in the offensive zone again for Imperium.
Owen Mills with plenty of experience. He was the one that scored the game-winning goal in Season 1 of the Milet Cup Final. As the Imperium shot gets blocked.
To the red line, get it in.
And a shot saved by Scanlon, and he'll hang on for the draw.
Every offensive zone faceoff for the Pioneers is going to be huge in this game.
They'd have to hang on for another 5 minutes. And what would be a huge win should the score hold. So it comes right in front of Scanlon. And a potential 2-on-1 for the Imperium. Shot and a save by Bell. A rebound attempt, not available. Taken away by Josh Moore for the Pioneers.
Pioneers didn't do a good job getting back in the defensive zone that time and let a 2-on-1 develop. Shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't be happening with a 1-goal lead.
As they try to drive one in, but Bell steals it off of Cam Smith, who was trying to push it in. .423 remaining in the third period, and what has been a score that I don't think anyone was predicting this game.
Well, I kept saying it. I mean, they just put pressure, and Imperium's having trouble. As you see, 14's on a rink right now, and 24's on a rink right now. This is going to be a key shift right here. Pioneers going to weather the storm right here.
Low roller goes into the pad of Bell. We'll have another draw. And trying to go for a quick shot and a save by Bell. The shot from Colin Downing. And
Looked like that didn't get through. Good block by a defenseman.
Shot over the net! That would have been a backbreaker if that got through. As that gets lifted all the way down, no icing here. Imperium need a pushback, something to give them a jump start. It is cleared out of the zone. Comes back across. As a shot around the boards off the fencing. The Pioneers get out of the zone. Into the corner. Hand is up.
We got a penalty coming on Imperium here. It's going to be costly. I think we got an interference on Steve against Steve Gregory. They're going to pull the ball back now and slow it down. More time they kill here, the better.
This will be big for the Pioneers, trying to kill as much time as possible. That's what they need to do right now. They need to milk this out as long as possible.
Hey, there's no problem with keeping away here. The more time they take off the clock, and then they get another minute 30 to kill on a power play, or on a power play, Imperium will have trouble. They're going to handle. They're going to slow it down big time and hold this and knock minutes off.
This is very smart hockey by the Pioneers. They just focus on killing the clock. That gives less time to even strength attack for the Imperium.
Pioneers going to pull back again.
Again, this is very smart clock management by the Pioneers. Back across to Sean DeRoll.
This is going to develop a 3-on-2 to go the other way eventually here. Imperium got to be careful.
Throws it back and forth. Has to be at least a minute since the penalty has been called. his arm's got to get tired by finally touch it.
Imperium almost had to make a line change there to get guys because Imperium was gassed. They couldn't chase the ball anymore. They should have made a line change, get some fresher bodies out there to pressure the ball to get a stop there.
So the Pioneers go on the power play, the first one of the game, and that would mean that there would only be 39 seconds of even strength time. Like, even if they pull Scanlon, that's not much time for them. So, I don't know. What do you think? Attack short-handed?
If the Pioneers were smart here, they would not take any bad angled shots. They'd control the ball, do what they've been doing. Just possess the ball, control it, let the time run down. That's a bad turnover right there.
And I would expect the Imperium to be attacking, but they're going to let it play on here. Less than 2 minutes left on the game clock. That's going to apply a lot of pressure to the Imperium. Steve Gregory with control for the Pioneers. Will take his time. Now throws it around the boards. To Josh Gerwall. Gave it away. And it looks like the Imperium are just focusing on getting the man back. But they will throw it to the opposite corner. We'll see what they decide to do. But for now, they're focusing on possession, but they do give it back to the Pioneers. Comes back to Steve Gregory for the Pioneers.
We're down to 110, 30 seconds. Like you said, there's only going to be about 40 seconds to go in this game.
The Imperium can't waste any time. As you see Josh Morin trying to focus on possession. Bump behind the net. Imperium, they need to attack. Just holding on for now. They can't do too much of it. I think they're trying to see if they can get Scanlon out of the net.
They might try to get Bryce Scanlon off now, and here he comes. He's going to the bench now.
And they're doing, you know how much time left in a whistle. I believe they called offside.
Got to focus on Danny Cunningham here.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Imperium call their timeout right now. With 30 seconds left, you need to draw up something.
Got to get the ball in the net. Got to get the ball in the net. Lost that face-off. That's a good play there. Just give it to the defenseman.
They're just going to let it roll. 20 seconds. Throws one off. The fencing goes behind the net. Everyone moves in. 15 seconds left. Back behind the net. Trying to look for another shot. 7 seconds left. Trying to pull it off at the point. Turns it over 3 seconds left. Major upset. 2-1 over the Imperium.
Pioneers with a big win there. Pat Bell comes up big, gives up only 1 goal. Pioneers played a perfect game that game. Their strategy, like I keep harping on, their strategy was to pressure all over the rink, force Imperium to make those passes, force Imperium to carry the ball, which they couldn't. Kept on turning the ball over, didn't have many scoring opportunities, I bet you, from the second period on.
An unbelievable result. The Pioneers pull off a huge upset. The number 5 team defeats the number 1 team and former champions. Phil Tranter gets the go-ahead goal, the winning goal. And we're going to take one more break. We're going to wrap it all up in just a moment.
I'm Garage Beer, and this is Bobby Carpenter.
Garage Beer. Beer flavored beer.
Beef with an F? Okay, my bad.
You got it.
It's crisp and cool, and it doesn't taste like ass. I'm Bobby Carpenter. I drink in garages because my wife says I don't belong inside. If you like a cold breeze on your bag, drink Garage Beer. It's American and so can you. Garage beer, beer-flavored beer.
I have no words to describe what we just saw there. Just the Pioneers pull off a 2-1 upset over the Imperium. That's going to send shockwaves across the league. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. The key of the game may have been off the rink and not on the rink. Corey Hirsch, who usually plays a couple shifts a game, number 19, where's number 19? He was in dress clothes on the bench, and you see why he's the U.S. national coach for probably the last 5 or 6 Worlds. They had a perfect game plan to beat the Imperium, and it panned out and kept it close, relied on Pat Bell's goaltending, and they got the win, man. That's a big win for them.
Scoring summary for this game: Steve Gregory with his second, the assist to Christian Magliacco. Phil Trancher with the game-winning goal, his first of the season. Ron Casillo and Steve Gregory get the assists. Danny Cunningham gets the only goal of the Imperium. So, I'm just shocked. But what does this mean for the Pittsburgh division?
It means, like I said earlier today, the winner of this division is going to probably have 4 or 5 losses. And the parity in this division is much better than the Pioneers. They can win, and they can beat some good teams, as you've seen tonight. And I can see this teams knocking each other off all season long.
And I bet you that everyone is seeing this and saying that we could be the ones to finally not have a Pittsburgh team in the Miley Cup final. They've had a team in there all 3 seasons that we've been here, and everyone else has got to be feeling good about that. But with all of that, we are all finished up here in Pittsburgh. They will continue our season, but next week we will continue our tour of the Tier 1 as we go to New Jersey, and our matchups next week are going to feature the Top Guns. It's going to feature the Caribou. It's going to feature the Night's Watch, and it will feature the Marlton Dogs. So these are matchups that you absolutely have to see. That is going to be it for us tonight. What a night for hockey for us. And this is going to be creating a lot of buzz. So thank you all for tuning in. I'm Daniel Wilson. This has been Mike Albright. And we'll see you next time here on Monday Night Ball Hockey.
Good night, guys.